dinner tonight. We got some real nice beef tenderloin, aka fillets. Right, got a little mashed potatoes. We got our mushroom mix right here. We're gonna saute them with a little butter. We got our broccoli all blanched off. We're ready to fire everything. You have all the elements that he needs to be a top athlete.
I just monitor my eating, keep assessing myself every time I take a bite, see if it worked, if it was enough, if it wasn't enough, and then make adjustments. You gotta evaluate yourself and master yourself, because nobody's gonna know your body better than you. I'm used to people judging a book by its cover. You know, they look at me and they judge me right away. Then they see the fire come out of me when I'm in there.
This side believes the other guy's gonna win, and it's legitimate.
Ryan Garcia is officially back in camp and fully focused on preparing for his upcoming showdown with Conor Benn. Inside the gym, Garcia is putting his energy into sharpening his skills, improving his movement, and building his conditioning. With fight night approaching, every session counts as he works to make sure he's prepared for whatever Benn brings when they step into the ring.
What I've seen in the past is very different from what I'm seeing today. Ryan has lost weight, but gained some strength.
Reaching a level that surpasses any level that we've reached in previous camps, to continually improve and get better every day.
Sure, but because Ryan is an elite fighter, he's a knockout artist, among the best fighters in the world today, they want to take every step to try to control the amount of strength he's going to have the next day.
I think that
the truth is, it doesn't matter because he's too disciplined to let the weight or the next day weigh-in be a problem for him.
you think it's just a working out thing, but it's more of a mental battle. And Ryan's so accustomed to it at this point that I truly don't believe it's going to affect him in any way. He just has a mission and he knows what he needs to accomplish. It's pretty much the same process, getting down to 140 and then understanding when you got to make that final cut. You don't want to do it too early because it's tough living in dehydration. That's why you have to pay attention to every moment, how much water intake, just so you could balance and make things a little bit more easier for yourself.
There's penalties that were negotiated for the weigh-in.
When I'm sharp and I'm looking smooth, I actually feel fulfilled, like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I think everybody should look for that, whatever they do. So that's why I love boxing. It makes me feel fulfilled.
I love boxing because I love getting down to real small, fine points.
I think conditioning, workouts, doesn't matter how many times we've done this, we know we have to do it. This man's on point right now. You've been with me too long.
Too long, baby. Right now, we're about 3 weeks away, so we're getting ready to hit our peak phase, all the explosive work. We've been doing it 6 years now. So when he comes in, I see immediately where he's at, and that's how we break our workout out for that day. It's the last week of the fight, but during that week, you lose your strength. We ain't losing no strength. We doing this the right way. He's eating right, he has nutrition on point, we're doing the strength and conditioning on point. We're way ahead of schedule. We're ready to fight right now if we needed to, and we still got 3 weeks left. That's the crazy part. Keeping the focus, we're keeping it strong, we're keeping it powerful, we're keeping it explosive. Man, we're just excited for this fight.
He could try. I mean, he'll have an effort. That's just what it is. I'm too fast for him.
A guy as fast as Ryan with a fast right hand is just dangerous.
You're the easy work. Of course, I'm the assistant trainer, co-trainer. But, you know, again, I'm their dad, so it doesn't matter. I mean, you know.
The vibes are amazing, baby.
How'd this one feel today?
Felt great.
your body. That's hard.
I'm just thinking every scenario. My body, my positioning should have an answer. If you're not paying attention to everything, you're paying attention to nothing. They can't beat me. I'm too good. I'm too aware. I'm too ferocious. I'm everything. Nothing you could do can stop me. I'm aware. I'm conscious. I am a perfectionist at its finest. We're here to win. We got a long way. You're gonna get a lot more. This is just the beginning of the camp. Right now, I'm just chilling, getting in shape, beating up, whoever I gotta beat up, and that's it. Look at my guy right here, the new champ right here. Let him know. Say I'm the new champ. Oh, let's go, baby. New champ right together.
Another fight like this if you try. There just isn't two other people like them.
As Garcia continues his camp, the intensity inside the gym is beginning to rise. He's concentrating on his timing, footwork, combinations, and overall sharpness as he prepares for Conor Benn. With the fight getting closer, Garcia is using each training session to fine-tune his game and make sure he's ready for the challenges waiting on fight night. Garcia knows Benn brings speed and power, so every session is about staying sharp, handling pressure, and being ready for every moment when fight night arrives.
This is the moment that could either take me to the newest heights I've never been, or gotta get right back to the drawing board. So this is a big moment. This is everything. If I'm gonna go for it, this is the fight to do it. I mean, I'm willing to put everything on the line for this.
Sanchez believes Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn has all the makings of a great fight. He points out that Garcia looked very impressive against Mario Barrios, but struggled in his performance against Rolly Romero, making the outcome heavily dependent on which version of Garcia shows up. Sanchez expects a potential late stoppage, but sees the matchup as a genuine 50-50 fight. He says the right version of Benn could be too strong for Garcia, while also acknowledging that Garcia has the power to hurt anyone. Sanchez also raised concerns about Benn moving down in weight, stressing that the cut needs to be handled properly so it doesn't affect his strength or performance.
That's an interesting fight. It's two guys that have been talking a lot, I guess. Ryan has just had a great fight with Barrios. He looked very good, but then he didn't look so good against Rolly. So it depends on which Garcia shows up. I think Benn coming down, hopefully he's doing it correctly. It doesn't weaken him. I look for a late knockout, actually, in this fight. Either way, I'm not picking one guy or the other because if the right Conor Benn shows up weight-wise, then he could be too strong for Garcia. But if Garcia cracks him, he can hit. So it's a 50-50 fight for me.
Do you think it's right for people to question?
Abel Sanchez says Conor Benn understands the challenge ahead. He points to Ryan Garcia's tools and strong amateur background, calling both fighters high-caliber competitors who have what it takes to make this a major showdown.
Never done it, so I'm sure Conor understands that Garcia's got all the tools. He had a great amateur career in the U.S., so he can fight. But so can Conor.
Oscar says the team is fully focused on making the event a success and ensuring Ryan Garcia gets everything he needs ahead of his showdown with Conor Benn. He emphasizes that they're working closely to have Garcia in peak condition, with one clear goal: step into the ring ready to perform at his very best and make a statement on fight night.
We had a talk the other day. It's great. It's good. We had a discussion the other day, and I know he said a couple of things on your show and this and that, but we talked to each other. Everything's great. We're gonna make sure that this event is big. We're gonna make sure that Ryan gets what he deserves, that he's treated the way he deserves, and just make sure that he's ready and prepared to go up and take the throne from Conor Benn. I mean, he has no throne, but I'm saying, make sure that he goes out there 100% and beats Conor Benn.
So that's interesting.
Richardson Hitchens believes Ryan Garcia's repeated warnings are designed to get inside Conor Benn's head. He says Benn must ignore the psychological games and refuse to second-guess himself. According to Hitchens, the best response is simple: stop listening to the talk, stay focused, and let the punches speak for themselves in the ring.
Fighters start saying, oh, you're going to run into something, He's basically trying to put fear in Conor Benn, and Conor Benn just got to ignore that and have Ryan, like, if somebody tell me I'm running to something, you gonna have to show me. Simple. You gonna have to make me. I'm not going. You telling me I ain't gonna make me. Oh shit. Let me Let me think twice. That's what Ryan's trying to do. All these.
Eddie Hearn described Ryan Garcia as a world-class fighter who is in excellent shape and has valuable experience at 147 pounds, making him a major threat to Conor Benn. Hearn also explained that Benn's move back down to 147 could be challenging after competing at 160 against Chris Eubank Jr. He noted that Benn appeared to lose some of his usual strength and power during his fight with Regis Prograis.
I think Conor's always going to be competitive. You know, he trains really hard. He's got a lot of heart. I don't like him at 147 pounds now because that was one of the problems in going to 160 to fight Eubank. To come back to 140, it's a really tough thing to do. And I think when he fought Prograis, was it 151 or 150? Like, he just didn't look the same. He looked like he was lacking power, didn't look that strong. And Ryan Garcia is a guy who's kind of built his way up to 147. He's super fit and good at the weight at 147. And he's a world-class fighter who punches very, very hard and is very sharp. So Conor's always going to be in the fight because he's got a lot of heart, but I don't see him winning that fight at 147. I think his better weight will be up towards 154. I don't think middleweight's his weight either, but I think he'll find it really tough to make that weight, and I don't think he'll feel physically where he needs to be. But listen, even with everything that's gone on, he's a British fighter. I hope he does it.
Oscar strongly criticized the way the Ryan Garcia fight is being promoted, taking issue with the event being marketed as a World Welterweight Championship without clearly identifying the WBC title. He argued that the wording is designed to mislead fans and create more attention around what he views as an unofficial Zuffa belt. Oscar maintains that Ryan Garcia is the rightful WBC World Champion and insists that the WBC title remains the one that truly matters.
Obviously, Zuffa has their plans, and like I said, they're the Trojan horse. They have their plans, and they have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. They're undecided until they get their way. Are they going to work with the WBC? I don't know, but Ryan Garcia is the WBC World Champion. That's the belt that matters. That's the belt that counts. And they're saying world title championship fight because they're trying to deceive the public. They want to insert their unicorn Zuffa belt. That's all it is. So the bottom line is it's a WBC world title.
Chris Eubank Jr. has weighed in on the Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn showdown, calling the matchup a mismatch. He believes Garcia's combination of speed, power, and overall boxing ability will allow him to control the fight from the opening bell. Eubank is predicting a statement performance from Garcia, expecting him to stop Benn within the first 4 rounds.
Final one from myself, and I'd assume a lot of people would have asked you about it today, but obviously Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn got announced. I know you'd have been asked about that fight before, but now it's announced. How do you think that plays out on September 12th?
I think it's come about because of the political sphere of how boxing is at the moment. But in terms of fighting in the ring, it's a mismatch. I expect Garcia to win within 4 rounds.
Tim Bradley and Max Kellerman believe Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn is unlikely to go the full distance. Bradley points to Benn's relentless pressure and Garcia's explosive style, while also noting Garcia's defensive vulnerabilities as factors that could make this a high-action fight with a potential stoppage.
Watching them interact, I like Conor Benn's chances better than before they interacted. Ryan said this is not going the distance. Do you believe him?
I believe it's not going the distance. I think somebody's going to get knocked out. I think both their styles, when you match them up, like I told you early on, you got Benn who can punch, right? And anybody that can punch always tends to put Ryan on the defense, right? We haven't seen that scary shell. Remember, Barrios couldn't punch like that. When he turns his back like this and going that scary shell.
Luke Campbell dropped him too.
Luke Campbell dropped him. But I feel like
Luke Campbell, Olympic gold medalist, by the way. Yes.
I feel like Benn has a chance because he has a right hand, good right hand, a strong right hand. I think the pressure that he puts on
the pressure. He has an engine.
Well, yeah, he keeps going, and you see the will that he has.
Connor's mental is strong. Yeah,
he's mentally strong. However, look, if he gets past that left hook, he got to get past that left hook, man. And one more thing.
Sergio Mora favors Ryan Garcia, citing his youth, speed, length, and power. He believes Benn isn't naturally suited to 147 pounds and predicts Garcia has the tools to win by knockout in this highly anticipated global showdown.
I like Ryan Garcia. I just think Conor Benn is not big enough for 147. He wasn't even big enough for the catch weights. He wasn't knocking out people anymore. We've seen how he reacts with speed and power and length against Eubank Jr. He was able to do great, but ultimately he was at the end of the punches against an older fighter in Eubank. He's going to be dealing with a younger, faster, stronger champion now in Ryan Garcia. I think a more motivated, more mature, responsible fighter in Ryan Garcia. And regardless of the fact, I can hate on this fight. A lot of critics are going to hate on this fight because of the fact that they got to this stage, the fact that they got rewarded.
Nobody cares. Nobody is going to care about. I know
Sergio Mora sees Conor Benn as a major underdog, pointing to his tendency to square up when he misses. Mora believes that plays perfectly into Ryan Garcia's strengths, especially his speed, powerful left hook, and sharp uppercuts, making the matchup ideal for Garcia. Both analysts agree this is a major opportunity for each fighter to prove their elite status and global appeal.
I don't see Conor Benn winning that fight. He's going to be punching up like he was against Eubank Jr., but he's dealing with a fighter that's still in his 20s, that still has that reaction, still has that snappy left hook. And Conor Benn squares up when he misses punches, and he likes to fight square on the inside and attack you. That's a recipe for disaster with a guy that's his favorite punch is a left hook, and he picks you up with uppercuts. I think Ryan Garcia, Conor Benn's tailor-made for Ryan Garcia, and both these guys have a lot of questions to answer from their past, and this is a type of fight that solidifies them and really proves that they still carry the power, they still carry the mass appeal, and they could still be the stars, the global stars, if one of them could beat the other. It just comes down to it.
The panel debated whether Conor Benn can successfully carry his power and strength down to 147 pounds. Derek Chisora backed his longtime friend and said he's excited for the atmosphere in Las Vegas, but both agreed that Ryan Garcia presents a much tougher challenge because of his size, power, speed, and overall skill set.
Not an ability, no, because we've said, obviously, I think there's levels, and Garcia there's a few levels above. Power-wise, if he still has it, if he can still hold that power at 147 after being up at 160 for so long, it's going to be tough for him getting down, but he's been doing it gradually. His last fight was at 150. If he can make it, then I think that's the only chance he has, really. He's got to try and make it a dog fight. He's got to try and make it where he can land his own shot and try and catch Garcia. But it's a big...
Simon Jordan stirred controversy by labeling the potential Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn matchup the Battle of the PEDs. Derek Chisora strongly pushed back, defending both fighters and arguing that too much attention is being placed on their past drug testing controversies. With the matchup attracting major attention, the debate surrounding both fighters' reputations continues to intensify.
Before we move on to the undercard, we saw last night that Ryan Garcia announced his next fight on the Jimmy Fallon show. Well, if you were mean-spirited, you would say that was the battle of the PEDs. But we're not mean-spirited, so we won't make that observation. Where are you on this fight?
I mean, like, Simon, listen to yourself. You just had to drop that in. I
did.
I don't understand why you have to drop that there.
Because Ryan Garcia...
all these guys have...
Ryan Garcia...
Hold on.
So did Conor.
Hold on. They failed. They've changed. They came back. They've been drug tested 24/7. Nothing in their system. You know. Yeah, I mean, like, and you're still going on.
You want them? Hang on, you can pack it in. You want people that have failed drug tests to be banned from sport. So don't you start.
But until they put a law in, if you get caught taking drugs,
so there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with me making the observation that I just made.
No, I mean, like,
don't get all moralistic. You want people banned from the sport if they fail PED.
Yeah, but
Sergio Mora questioned whether Conor Benn's physical changes and recent performances are connected to his past PED controversy. He pointed to differences in Benn's physique, power, and durability, saying he remains skeptical about the fighter's current condition. Mora added that consistent, clean drug test results would be important in changing his view.
All right, so you got to call it like it is, man. You're telling me why doesn't Conor Benn look the way he does? Because he's not putting in his body what he used to. That's just plain and simple. And I hate to say that, but if he can go back to knocking people out like he did Algerian, like he was knocking out everybody now when he's passing all the tests, then one, I will apologize. And two, then he can maybe get all the haters on board and start to say, okay, that's what I can get behind. That's what I could support. But for now, if we're questioning it, it's because of